let me just say, this is probably for another podcast, but
Yes.
I'd like to spend some time looking at British sprinting and British athletics. Um, I remember speaking with Asafa Powell, and Asafa would always say that the British sprinters are soft and are weak, and
Mm.
they don't train hard enough. That was all Asafa's kind of point of view. And a very good friend of mine, close friend of mine, Harry King, who many people would know. Harry and I have spoken at great length about British sprinting. And the top British sprinter now is from Anguilla. That should tell you.
Anguilla.
Yeah, absolutely. Hughes. And so, to me, Hughes is very talented, but he should not be the top sprinter in Britain. There should be other guys who should be thrashing Hughes, because there's so many more American sprinters that run faster than Hughes. And so that is a problem. If Zionel Hughes is Britain's fastest sprinter, to me, there is still a challenge with British sprinting. I'm not saying Zionel isn't talented, because understand that Britain still has the best squad in Europe. All right, and a lot of us used to go to Lanzarote. I don't know if they still do it now in the off season, because it was warmer. A lot of people go to California. I know Daly and stuff used to go down, and I used to go with them to California in the winter because it's warmer. So a lot of sprinters complain. Even a lot of them go down to Jamaica now because they complain of the cold. But I think outside of the cold, there is still a challenge, and they're getting better. Huh? They're getting better, because you're seeing like the young chap, I think his name is Zoop, the young British sprinter now, doing very well, and there are a lot of other guys coming along. But I just don't think that Anguilla and Zalen Hughes should be Britain's fastest sprinter. Not because Zalen isn't talented, but because I think there's so many more talented British athletes who are just not coming through. But that's for another day.
Okay. Yeah, well, because I had some questions right there, so
Go
it's
on,
gonna
go
get a
on, go
bit
on,
deep.
go on, go
Uh,
on.
well, the only thing I wanted to know was, do you have any ideas of anyone that you see right now who you think has more potential? Anyone that's on your eyes right now within Britain?
In Britain, there's a young, I guess I got to call him Ghanaian sprinter. He's British, but I think his parents are Ghanaian. I'm trying to remember his name. It was sticking my tongue. That's not good. I'll put it up now. Really like him. He's just too short. He's just
Okay.
like 5'8", 5'9", and that's just. I'm just trying to put it away. That's not good enough. Modern day sprinters are. A Safa is like 6'1", people, and a
Oh
Safa looks
wow, they're
short
that
on the
tall?
field. A Safa is like 6'1". Usain Bolt is 6'6".
So
All
I,
right.
I remember growing up, you used to think the short man was the fast guy. Because if you remember Rennie was tall. He was the only tall person that I knew who could sort of compete with the fast sprinters. But isn't it not the short people who tend to have that sprint now that they can go really fast? That was the mindset in my time. I won't reveal.
Yeah. Well, okay. So the young one guy I'm thinking of is Azul, Jeremiah Azul. I
Okay.
think Jeremiah Azul is really top class. I like him. I just think he's a little short.
Mm.
Um, Yuja, again, nice guy, big fella. He's over 6 foot.
Wow.
Harry Keynes, I think, is getting on a bit. You know,
Sorry, did
it's
you say Harry
actually
Kane?
Harry Akins.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so, it's really down to and Azul actually is, if I'm correct, is Welsh and not English. So when we're talking about English sprinters, you know, it just requires. I mean, from the days of Lingford, and I trained with Lingford once a week for about 5 or 6 years. Lingford and I hung out together at the World Championships in Rome. We
Okay,
spent
wow.
pretty much all our time together. And since Lingford, really, there has not been anyone that's really broken through to at the level of Lingford. And again, I'm saying that,
Ah, I see.
Zarnell Hughes, okay, yes, has gotten there to some extent, not as successful as Lingford, but he's gotten there. But Zarnell Hughes is not really a product of England. Zarnell Hughes is a product of Anguilla.
Wow, 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 wow.
You know,
Could you? I see where
both.
you're coming from. When you make the
Yeah,
comparison
yeah,
to the
yeah.
times, you
And
wonder where's the
yeah,
power?
yeah.
Why there?
I'm not hating on Britain.
Mm,
I mean, I'm British. I'm born in England. I'm English.
mm,
You
mm,
know, so I support England. I support us.
mm.
No matter how West Indian I may sound, I spent many years in the West Indies. I'm actually English. All my kids are English.
I was
You
gonna say I
know,
can say the same.
yeah, yeah. You're English. You're born in Aylesbury. You
Hmm.
know, I got two boys born in Bletchley. You know, got two kids born in Enfield.
Hmm.
So you know, and there's one more pretender. We leave her alone.
Careful, she's watching.
Did she watch it? Okay.
Yeah, she's watching now.
Yeah, she's got an English passport. We let her off.
Mm.
Her mother registered as English. So yeah, but I mean, there's just so much more that needs to happen to me with British printing. I want to see when the Americans line up, when the Jamaicans line up, and the British line up, that we're
Mm.
right there kicking butt. You know, but it's been USA, Jamaica, USA, Jamaica, USA, Jamaica. Where's Britain?
Mm.
Where's Britain? 4-1. If we don't drop the baton, 4-1.
Okay, okay. It would be pretty exciting to see the
Yeah, yeah.
all
And
those
so
scores.
that kind of takes us to Usain Bolt, and unfortunately, he isn't running
Yes.
anymore. But he's got himself in a lot of hot water lately.
Yes, yes, yes. I'm gonna pull up the article just now so everyone can
Sure,
just see
right.
what what's happening. As you see right here, I'm looking at this. This is from the Lad Bible.
Yeah,
Usain Bolt sacks business manager after losing £10 million to a scam.
yeah, yeah. The challenge is this lady. Um, well, Gina and Patton is the one that's really kind of come out and spoken about it.
Right.
In that she's admitted that she's spent millions of dollars from SSL, which is Stocks Securities Company Limited.
Mm.
So she's admitted that she on her own has nicked a couple £1 million, and she did it because her father was ill, and then she had to bury him. So what I don't understand is there's this Jamaican company, which has now apparently been taken over by the Financial Services Commission of Jamaica temporarily, right? Whereby these people apparently have stolen over a couple $1 billion belonging to individuals. 12.7 of it dollars or £10 billion belongs
Yeah.
to Usain Bolt.
Wow,
So
wow, wow.
who takes responsibility for all this money that's been stolen? It's
It
just unacceptable.
yeah.
Unacceptable. Somebody has to pay the price.
Right, right, right.
It's a lot of money.
Is there any word on whether he's got a return on? Because I think when I read
Well,
the article, they said that it was down to around £9,000. That's all he had in the accounts. But
in his
he,
account. No,
yeah, but
let
hasn't
me
been
just say,
rectified that
for
he's
folks that
losing.
yeah,
Yeah,
for
sorry,
folks
go ahead.
that don't know,
Hmm.
Usain Bolt is not a poor guy. He's worth a lot more than 12 billion. He's worth 12 million. He's worth
Mm.
hundreds of million. He's got money. Usain has two big, massive apartments in Jamaica. He's got other businesses. He's got other investments. So thankfully, he's an intelligent guy. He didn't just blow all his money. Nevertheless, $12 million is a lot of money,
It's a lot of money.
right? Yeah. So, you know, SSL really are going to have to explain to the Jamaican public, because the Jamaican public have actually been quite outspoken about it, and they're saying, listen, he has to get back his money,
Hmm. Hmm.
which I totally agree with. And I'm saying, you know, well, if SSL doesn't pay it back, then the financial services and the Jamaican government are going to have to find some way of giving this guy his money back in
So,
some form.
so these funds have not been tracked as of yet.
Well, they are now tracking the funds. They're saying over the last 4 or 5 years, or longer than that, they have been siphoning funds, not just from Usain's account, but from other people's account to the tune of $3 billion.
Wow, 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 wow.
US, not Jamaican dollars.
That
And
is a
so
lot of money.
it's pretty serious stuff. And you know, only one past employee, I think her name is I written it down, Jean Ann Patton, has spoken out and accepted and admitted that she's stolen money. But a lot of people need to go to jail.